Okay, Israel. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hope everybody is doing well. Shout out Kaba Kaba and his congregation in Guatemala. The brothers and sisters that he's responsible for from Cali all the way to Georgia. Hope y'all brothers and sisters doing good. SOW family. Kazaki in Virginia, Quatzap in Houston, and Zion in Rochester, New York. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Also, SOT family, shalom. Hope everybody's doing well today. Everybody tuning in, everybody that made the class. I promise we're going to finish up this topic, at least this portion of shame today, because I'm not going to say we haven't learned a lot, but I want to get on to the next phase of the class. So today we're going to finish out Hosea chapter 1. We only got to verse 2 last week. We're going to get through chapter 1, chapter 2 of Hosea, and do our best to finish out Ezekiel 16, because that was really the root of where we kind of got the majority of these shame classes coming from, is Ezekiel 16. So we're going to try to finish 16 too. So we're going to kind of flow through Hosea chapter 1 pretty fast. Hosea chapter 1.
Hosea chapter 1 verse 1. The word of the Lord that came unto Hosea, the son of Beeri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel.
So Hosea's commission as a prophet was to teach and to prophesy the northern kingdom. It was just during the time of these Judite kings and these northern kingdom kings. We're about to go into is how the Most High, what he put his prophet through, what he put his son through, to be a visual, real life comparison for the nation to see how the nation is treated the Most High. Okay? And the last week we were talking about in Ezekiel 16, how the Most High looked at us as a whorish woman, and how that embarrassment was heavy on the Heavenly Father, and that anger and embarrassment the Most High had to face. Now we're going to sit back here and read in Hosea how the Most High had his prophet experience the same thing, so that the nation can see it and his prophets can feel what he feels. Read on, verse 2.
Verse 2. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said unto Hosea, Go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord.
So what the Most High is saying is, I want you to sit back here and choose a woman of whoredoms. Because he's like, listen, you are going to have to feel what I felt. You're going to have to feel the embarrassment that I felt. Okay, read on.
Verse 3. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto him, Call his name Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel.
So what the Most High is saying is that the first child you have from this woman, who is a known prostitute, you're going to be embarrassed, feel that shame, feel that experience, and that first child you have with her, that child's going to represent the fall of the house of Jehu, which was the family line that took over after Jeroboam was taken out. Okay, read on.
Why was it important?
He's everything is symbolism.
Okay.
That's why. And Most High likes to sit back here and tell people how things are going to go down before it goes down. Okay, so read on.
Hosea 1 and 5. It shall come to pass that at that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel.
Mm-hmm.
And she conceived again, and bare a daughter. And the Most High said unto him, Call her name Lo-Ruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away.
So once again, the Most High is saying his second child is going to represent the fact that he's not going to have mercy on the northern kingdom because of their wicked, whorish acts. The same way the Most High has to sit back here and have Hosea deal with this woman that symbolizes how the Most High makes him feel. Why are we going over this again? One, we want to finish the chapter that we started. Two, the Most High said he is a man also. So everything that we experience as men, he also experiences as a heavenly father. Well, one thing we kind of finished up as we went into class last week was the importance and the reminder that if we understood the actions that we did, how it really made the Most High feel, we should be less apt to operate contrary to how the Most High does things. Okay? Read on.
Verse 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by their Lord their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen.
So what he's saying is, the northern kingdom's going to not be given mercy, but the southern kingdom at the time would be given mercy. Now, as we get to Ezekiel 16, the southern kingdom lost out on their opportunity for mercy also. Okay, read on.
Now when she had weaned Lo Ruhamah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power.
And REI, this goes back to what we talked about, how the northern kingdom, Israel, it was prophesied that the Most High wasn't going to look at the northern kingdom as his own people. This is where it starts off. We were going to not be known as his people. Why? Because we were going to be scattered all throughout the world, going under the names of the Celts, the Brits, the Iberians, all these different names, these Vikings, the Germanic tribes, all these different names that doesn't have a connection to Israel. Irish, all these names that don't
British,
connect. That's what I'm saying.
Man.
But it's still not Israel. He says, this is how the Most High says, I'm going to punish Israel. You're not going to have my name. Okay? So now, as we're reading in the New Testament, when he sits back here and says, these people that were strangers from the commonwealth of Israel, now we know why. We were strangers because of our wickedness, because of our idolatry. Make sense? Read on.
Verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
So, listen, the Israelites will grow and be large in number, but they're not going to be known as Israelites. They're going to be known as Native Americans, Indians, so-called Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Haitians. Those are the monikers they're going to be given because our actions and conduct, we lost the right to be referred to as Israelites. Okay? Read on.
Shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And there shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
And the place where it said we're not the Most High's people, that's in the west. Like with the verse that I pulled before we went online. In the west is the place where we're not going to be known as the Most High's people, but that will be the place where what? Where it will be eventually said that we're delivered and we are the sons of the living Father. But let's keep going. I'm just trying to get through this chapter because I don't like starting chapters and not finishing it. Read on.
Verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together.
This is at the very end, and this verse 10 and 11 are going to tie into the last part of class. So he's just saying after all the punishments are issued out, Judah and Israel will come back together and be united and be one again. Just like in
Thomas Solomon.
What's that?
Thomas Solomon was the last one we were together.
Well, no, but I'm just saying there's written books that talk about the natives understood prophecy and understood. There was interviews.
The Hopi?
No, it was interviews by South Florida natives, and they said, "Listen, our brothers are across the way and across the ocean, and once they come over here, then God's going to bring us back together and or align us back to our God." They understood prophecies like this from way back when, because this prophecy in Hosea was talking about before the 9.5 tribes fell apart and were taken down. So let's continue.
And appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
This Jezreel is just talking about the day of destruction. Whether it's the day of destruction when the Syrian Empire takes up the northern kingdom, or the day of destruction when America falls. It's the same concept. So let's get Hosea chapter 2 and verse 1 and go more into the topic of what we're kind of aligning ourselves with Israel shaming the Most High first, then setting up our shame. So read on.
Come. Hosea chapter 2 and verse 1 reads, say ye unto your brethren, and to your sisters, Ruhamah.
Ruhamah.
Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife.
So the Most High is reminding us again between this relationship between the mother and the Father, which is the Heavenly Father. The mother is Israel, because we are married to the Heavenly Father. We are married to the Heavenly Father. And he's saying what? Plead and beg your mother. Beg Israel. Plead. He says, because she's not my wife. How we act, how we carry ourselves, how we treat one another is not that of a husband and a wife. Don't ever forget how we treat the Most High. He's looking at us as our wife, and he's determining if we are worthy to be loved back. Okay? Read on.
Plead with your mother. Plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband.
So the Most High is quick to say, man, listen, you're not my wife, and I'm not your husband. So on the Most High, you read in maybe 2 Kings 17, where he turns his back on us.
Yeah.
Whether he turns his back on us, or you read about Deuteronomy 28, or he lets all these curses and punishment hits us, it's because he's done with being our husband. He's done with investing into us.
And the scriptures always say, it says, Israel, I am married unto you.
That's Jeremiah 3:14.
So the relationship the Heavenly Father has with the 12 tribes of Israel, and these 12 tribes combined have the intimacy level of love of a husband and wife, a sacred bond. And it's written that way because men can relate to a sacred bond, having to be a sacred bond unbroken. But Israel breaks that sacred bond with idolatry and alternative pursuits.
Yeah. And that's what we've been reading on these whole few times, how we initiate the Most High distancing himself from us. It starts from us. Too many times when things don't go our way, we're sad, we're dejected, things aren't fair, the Most High is not fair. We don't want to realize that when negative comes our way, when adversity comes our way, when the Most High embarrasses us and turns his back on us, it starts with us. And when we start going downhill and going left, then all of a sudden we're just flabbergasted as to why. Why are these
events happening? We had the last class, I think last Friday, when the Most High started to give Israel a taste of destruction. But why? Because we're losing our consciousness and focus and our fear towards it.
And so the Most High is saying, listen, somebody better talk to this woman, because I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I can't count on how many marriage counsels I've been in when I've heard things like that. I don't want to deal with it. I need some time. I need some time to get my mind together. We can understand that. The Most High does the same thing. And the Most High never completely cuts us off. But many times he's like, listen, I need some space. You're not my woman right now.
I'll see you in 1,000
You've
years.
disrespected me. But I'll see you in 1,000.
I'll see you in 1,000.
Then maybe things will lighten up.
And then you'll see you need me. Once you're like this, and you're in jail, and you're on drugs, and you're fiending, and you got all these problems, and you got all these diseases and sicknesses, and you're always number one on the bottom, and you're always last, and you're always getting beaten, shot by cops, and your families don't work out, nothing you do works correctly, and you're a mocking, you're a laughing stock in front of the world. Then you remember, oh, I need the Most High.
Isn't that how we all learn? When you're made a laughing stock, when you're on the bottom of the totem pole, when nothing works out, isn't that when we start to listen? That's the point. So
we don't listen unless it's those circumstances.
That's the point. Let's continue.
Neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts.
He's like, you're going to have to quit before I come back to you. There's that notion that the Most High is going to sit back here and keep being there and rewarding us without us making the significant changes first. That's not true. Israel is the wife. The men of the nation is the wife of the Lord. We have to make the changes if we want the Most High to recognize or respond to us. Many times in literal physical marriages, it's still the same thing. The wife has to take responsibility for what she's done wrong and work on her. There's so many times we're expecting the Most High or the head to make all the changes when the woman has to look at what she can control. What can she control in fixing herself? And let the Most High take care of the rest. Let's continue.
Lest I strip her naked.
So what the Most High is saying is, I'm already verbally cut you off. If you don't make changes and come back to me the right way, then I'm going to sit back here and elevate the punishments. What we see how the Most High thinks, he elevates the correction. He elevates the fire. He makes our conditions worse and worse and worse. When you read in Ezekiel 16, then he gave us all the wisdom, all the understanding, and he explained wisdom and understanding with clothing.
Yeah.
Right? That was how he explained wisdom and development and the virtues he gave us. He used it by bracelets and necklaces and all these
Holy
things.
garments, spiritual
but
garments.
what he's saying is,
Covers.
now I'm going to make you naked and take all of your wisdom, all of your understanding, all of your virtue away.
You know,
Isn't that how our people look today?
Yep.
Aren't our people as a nation a laughing stock? Why are we a laughing stock? Because we don't operate with wisdom. We don't have discipline as a nation. We don't operate ourselves with discipline, with study habits, with mental fortitude. So we're the laughing stock in the entire world.
We're a nation of quitters. That's what we're known for.
And the world doesn't take us serious. You go to China and ask what the Chinese think about the black man.
Good rapper.
They're going to sit back here, good entertainer. But are they going to respect? Are they going to respect how we carry ourselves as a nation?
Nope.
No, we're not. Because what the Most High do? The Most High stripped us naked. Naked of virtue. Naked of anything honorable.
And naked.
Think about who was invited to represent the black delegation at the UN. Y'all heard that story? Guess what black person was invited to go to the UN delegation to speak on black folks' behalf, to represent black people? Nicki Minaj.
Wow.
Nicki Minaj was like, we want this person to represent black people to speak at the UN. How embarrassing is that? She is head of the black delegation act?
She's half Elon too.
Who cares? The other side is embarrassing. The non-Elon side is she's a spokesman of an honorable woman? Roman? That's her rap name. When she's possessed.
But she said bad something on your leader. But she said she didn't keep it real. She said she's the leader of all the bad bees.
I guess
she's
so we're gonna put her, because she's the leader of all the bad bees, we're gonna send her to the UN.
Somebody
United Nations. Let her speak for black folks.
Yes.
And the oppressors of the Nigerians.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But this is the problem. And Edomites are like shredding her. This leader of the black people? I'm like,
no.
Like, not me. Not us.
It's not my leader.
They're laughing behind closed
You might well have
It's not even closed doors. It's open doors. They're laughing everywhere. That who represents black people? Are you crazy?
You might as well have.
Now, if we're going to sit back here and talk about Kanye, Kanye sat back here and bowed the knee back to Amalek.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He said, I'm sorry.
hand.
I was tripping. You know, I got mental health issues. I was like, ah.
He's gone now. He's not going to live too long.
Listen. You know, he's fine. He bowed the knee. He's done. He's okay.
Listen, he offended him. He had black Nazis.
Listen, the guy said, it's okay, my son. I got you. You're okay. Listen, just make us more money. Go and make money. Go sign that Adidas deal again. And make us more albums. And you're going to be, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, he got reprogrammed and sent it back out.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing to Britney Spears. When she starts glitching, all of a sudden she's back in the hospital. And then she's okay again. Anyway, what am I trying to say? Mosiah says he's going to strip us naked. An example of the Mosiah stripping Israel naked is bringing us down in class and level. The entire world doesn't respect us as a nation at all, unless it's in sports. But the funny thing is, even Malcolm X said that. He says, man, why in the hell is entertainers, singers, and dancers represent black people?
I remember that.
He said these are clowns.
I know.
And sellouts.
Why is Jackie Robinson, who can throw a ball and hit a baseball, why is he sitting back here speaking on behalf of the black man? Why is Dick Gregory sitting back here shucking and jiving and cracking jokes? What justifies him to sit back here and talk about the black struggle? Or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Skyhook, or Jim Brown? Can you get a person who is educated and understands all the life scenarios and not just running and jumping, and let him sit back here and speak on our issues?
The closest sentiment I've seen to that on the modern time is Dave Chappelle said, we don't want to hear from Ja Rule on CNN.
God, exactly.
I said, you're right.
Nobody wants to hear Ja Rule talk about politics, and what's going on with the black man.
Yeah, we don't want to. What does Ja Rule think about this?
I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Nobody cares about that. But it just lets us know
No respect.
how we've been brought down naked and not esteemed. You ever sit back here when black people write books, they got to fact check it to make sure it's actual lie? When we sit back here and write commentaries, it's not even respected. It's just not. Our opinion, our research, how we look at things is laughed at.
Yeah.
But that's on purpose. Because the most I'm like, I'm going to make you feel embarrassed to even be who you are.
How they esteemed as earthen pictures.
Because at one time we were esteemed as gold and respected around the world,
Across the world.
and renowned. But this is how the Most High breaks you down. He breaks you down financially, economically, obviously, and how you are perceived amongst
And
your
status.
peers and status and around your people around you. This is how the Most High breaks us now. This is how He's been broke us. So let's continue. So He says, Israel better come back and change, or the little blessings and virtues I've given you, I'm going to start taking those away.
Will continue to diminish.
That's the point.
And the funny part about it is, I love what you brought this topic up. We are not anywhere near the tier of men, manhood or womanhood that we were even in the 60s.
I know.
That was only a couple years ago. We're nowhere near who we were in the 60s. We're not even nowhere near where we were in the 80s.
And how about when you're reading Ezra, the Most High says, we are dropped off the map as far as the caliber of our people since we fell at Babylon. We've been a shadow of who we used to be since the Babylonian fall in 586 BC. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So the Most High is like, Israel got to get back to pleasing the Most High, get back to loving and valuing change and virtue.
If you want
Because when it really goes back down, why does He have to strip us back down? Because we don't value the clothing the Most High gave us.
Yep.
We don't value the blessings and the development He gave us. But let's continue.
God, verse 3. Lest I strip her naked and set her as in the day that she was born.
This is what the Most High does to Israel all the time. You see Israel come and get taught the knowledge. They start to grow, develop, and then they start thinking they're above the lessons, above the correction measures. And then they start doing their thing and they start regressing. And they leave and they act exactly how they were before they came in. It is constant.
It's the boomerang effect.
Men sit back here coming to truth. Then they leave and they're doing the same habits. They have the same religion. They have the same way of thinking. Most likely just strips their whole mindset. And if you've been around the work long enough, you will start to see that. He strips away your virtues. What's the virtues? All the lessons you learned. All the understanding you got.
The sharpness they got.
All the spiritual sharpness. You just start losing it all. And you become the person you were when you first came into the knowledge. And this is what the Most High is saying about Israel, who gets the knowledge, grows, and all of a sudden thinks they're above change and sacrifice and loss. Then He just takes everything away from you. Don't think that what you've acquired in the truth, you'll be able to keep it forever.
Nope.
Don't think that. But let's continue.
What you get, you can't take it with you. What you won in the spirit, you can't take what you won in the spirit
and promote yourself in the world and do your thing. Exactly. It's going to explain that. But let's keep going.
Come and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness.
Meaning desolate. A wilderness is a desert. He's going to make Israel like a desert. What's the problem with the desert?
There's no water.
There's no natural resources. There's very little natural resources to survive. It's when you're in the desert, the conditions are scarce. A little water, maybe some cactus, maybe some shrubbery. It's
growth.
Very difficult. Well, no growth, and it's very. He strips you on the bare minimum, just enough to survive. When you look at our people, He breaks us down to the conditions that you have just enough not to die.
Yeah.
That's how He breaks us down spiritually and mentally. But that's what He does when we don't value all the additional blessings He gives us. Read on.
Come and set her like a dry land.
Same thing. Read on.
And slay her with thirst.
He says He will destroy his wife, Israel, with need. Wow. That's what thirst is.
Slay with thirst, that's a strong statement.
He's going to slay with need. Because He's going to keep you in a more needier state than when you first came in.
You're always in a position where you have to damn near beg for an opportunity.
And he reduces us down to that level.
Wow.
Because we lack humility and we don't value what he gave us.
Wow.
Read verse 4.
And I will not have mercy upon her
The
children.
Most High is not going to have mercy on anybody associated or aligned with us and our generations down the line. He's not going to sit back and have mercy on our generations. That's why our people are born and raised in subhuman conditions.
Yeah.
Born and raised with that same ignorance.
Yeah.
And that same lack of understanding.
Can't argue with this, bro.
Listen,
No other people grow in these type of even mental positions.
What nation in America, besides our people, well, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to say that. But we're stigmatized as a bunch of EBT fiends. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
Listen, on Twitter, they did this AI thing. When everybody was saying that the government was about to shut down, they had images. They had AI created little 2-minute like skits where Judah was in their African garments were busting in the grocery stores with like spears and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
And they were like sitting back here and putting spears into steaks.
Computer racism.
Like, it was crazy. And they were just embarrassing our people. And what they were saying is, this is what's going to happen to our people once the money runs out, the EBT food stamps runs out. It's all these Jake running here stealing food and like they're primates out. Sitting back here drinking milk. Yeah, we want that milk. It was really embarrassing. I'm watching it. It's a little funny, but I'm really angry that this is what's put online.
It's ridiculous.
But they're putting it online and everybody's laughing. Everybody's having a good damn chuckle at the demise of our people.
At our expense.
At our expense. That's the point. This is the reputation that the Most High has reduced us to. Just because we don't embrace and value serving the Most High. And if you think you are above it, you're not. If you think that you're not above the Most High stinging you like that, you're not. He'll bring everybody down low in a way that is manufactured to break you.
Yeah. Perfectly made to break you.
God.
And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredom.
Yes, we're raising our children the way we think, to be rebellious and anti the Heavenly Father. Read on.
For their mother hath played the harlot. She that conceived them have done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers, that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, my oil and my drink.
What it's saying is Israel says, we're going to go after my lovers, the nations, the world, because they're the ones who take care of me.
Wow.
They're the ones that can provide me my sustenance. Why? Because deep down, we don't operate with the mindset that if I sit back here and do that which is pleasing to the Heavenly Father, He will be the one that provides my food, my clothing, my sustainability, my oil and my flax. We don't really think that way. Because if we did, we'd be a lot more stronger and pleasing the Heavenly Father if we trusted the Most High was in control of our circumstance. Read on. No, that was verse 5. Hold that. We're going back to Hosea. But jump to Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 26 to 30.
It's a crazy connection that Hosea with the...
Yeah. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 26 to 30.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 26. It says, Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians.
When he says the lovers in Hosea, he's specifying which lovers.
Oh,
the Egyptians.
Because we sit back here still to this day have not gotten Egypt out of our minds, nope. Ancient Egypt and present day Egypt. Back in the day when it was written, we still had Egypt in our hearts. And the belief that Egypt was our salvation, our protection, the root of where our strength lies. A lot of our people now, our heart and our strength and our confidence is in America. Is in following and abiding by these rules in society. Read on.
It's
read it from the top again.
I got you. Ezekiel 16:26. Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians, thy neighbors, great of flesh, and hast increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger.
Most High says every time we cleave to the world, it just pisses him off time after time after time again. And listen, the word is just still what? It's the confidence. Let's just use the world in regards to sisters. The idea that I don't need to serve a husband because I can sit back and make my own money. I can sustain myself. I can take care of myself. I don't have to sit back here and adhere to my husband's orders and demands. That dynamic is the same thing we do with the Heavenly Father. There's got to be a different way to get what I want. Living this way, living a life that's about pleasing the Most High and putting Him first, there's got to be an easier way to get what I want out of my life. Those are the same two dynamics that whether it's a man or woman, they face. Read on.
Verse 27. Behold, therefore I have stretched out my hand over thee, and have diminished thine ordinary food.
This ties exactly into what we were reading in Hosea chapter 2. How He'll make our life like a wilderness. And take away everything, take away our sustainability and starve us. In verse 27, he says, I'm just going to diminish your ordinary food. This is how you know things start getting, Most High is putting His hands on you. The things you're normally accustomed to having, He starts to dry them up. The comforts you're used to having, He starts to dry them up. He dries them up to get your attention, to get you to start looking back at Him. Okay, read on.
And deliver thee unto the will of them that hate thee.
Mm-hmm.
It says, the daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy lewd way.
What he's saying is the nations look at you and say, man, these Jews are tripping. And the Philistines are the worst of the worst. It still goes back to what? The nations who are foul look at us in disgust now.
I thought I was low level. You're really low level.
Like this, we can sit back and look at Esau. Esau wants to sit back here and talk about all the gangbanging and the shooting and the killing and the stealing. I'm like, but you guys sit back here and deal with pedastry all the time. You don't think that's bad? Which one is worse?
You don't say nothing about
Common thievery or pedastry? Or this little, being an adrenochrome junkie. Which one's a better junkie? Or a junkie? Which junkie is better?
Or you don't know.
I just can't get rid of weed or meth, or I gotta have this adrenochrome, dog. I need some more.
Or you don't know what bathroom to go into. I don't know which one it is.
Well, I don't care what bathroom it is. How about that? I'm going to whatever.
Whatever bathroom suits me. What was empty?
But that's my point. My point is this: how the Philistines look at things. Don't forget, the Philistines were into sitting back here and sacrificing the mice and all kind of craziness.
Yeah, mice.
And they're saying, man, these Jews are tripping. But it's the same thing how the Most High looks at us. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. And how He reduces the caliber of who we are to the whole world.
Right.
Well, let's continue.
Verse 28.
That's a shame.
Come. But once again, we shame Him first. Our conduct pushes Him in the corner where now He has to sit back here and operate with a higher level of extremes to correct and chastise our extremes.
In response
to our extremes. This is how we have to process that. Continue.
Verse 28. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast unsatiable.
This is the point. This was the point. We keep going to every nation to get what we want. We keep giving ourselves to every endeavor, whether it's idolatry in the world back in these days, or whatever type of endeavor we want to give our spirit to. It's always something. But we go into these endeavors because we want something in return. He says Israel is unsatiable. What does that mean, to be unsatiable? It's because, the problem is we're never satisfied. And when we carry ourselves like nothing satisfies us, what does He do? Then He has to diminish our ordinary food. He says, because nothing is ever good enough for you, then I'm going to take away the little that I give you. See, we don't see that. Have you ever sat back here and been hyper stressed about I'm mad that I don't get enough hours at the job? And guess what happens? you get less hours at the job.
Yeah.
You ever figure that out?
Yeah.
You're angry about whatever you're not having in life, and then worse things happen in life.
Yeah.
This is a point about complaining. People that are unsatiable are always complaining all the time too.
Incessant complainers.
Because it's never good enough.
Ever.
And then when it's never good enough and the Most High sees that whatever he's given you isn't good enough and you don't appreciate it, why give you more blessings? This one Israel doesn't get. You're not getting more, and then you're angry that you don't have more. And then you start acting out, then he takes away the little he gave you. Because you don't gain that way. The only way you gain is to be appreciative for what he's given you.
Can I pull one scripture?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 8 and 3. Deuteronomy 8 and 3.
Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 3. Ready?
Let's go.
And he humbled thee.
And he did what?
And he humbled
He
thee.
had to humble us. Our pride as a nation and as individuals is out of this world. Read. And what does it do to proud?
And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger.
He humbled thee and suffered thee to what?
Hunger.
Hunger.
Listen. It made the Most High feel bad. It is so bad. Why do I have to do this to you?
You know,
That's the thinking behind it.
let me make sure I explain. You said Israel has this level of pride.
Yeah.
The pride is that I deserve more than what I got. Why do I walk around here and tell myself, oh, that I'm a king, crap talk, man? It's ridiculous. We walk around every day not appreciative for the benefits he gives us on a daily basis. And then when the Most High reacts to that pride with taking things away, we can't handle it. What you going to say, Taiwan?
No, I was saying, and we basically were unhappy with what the Most High did.
Khan, and we're going to go on to this topic when this same sessions are over. But the reality is, this is the root of our people. We're insatiable or unsatiable. You know, that's the old word.
Yeah.
Where it's unsatiable, but
Yeah.
we're unsatiable because we are programmed to say, okay, I got this, but yeah, I know I'm married, but yeah, I know the Most High has been looking after me for all these years, but yeah, you know, and I have all these blessings in my life, but it's not enough. It's always that. This is our people. I'm sorry, in your verse.
No, it is.
You
The
finished?
Lord's like, listen, I have to suffer you to hunger. I mean, he got to suffer to watch you.
Because you're forcing him to make a move like this.
Why are you making me sting you this hard? That's the real question. But people say, like, God's messed up, God's cruel, God, why does he let these things? If God was good, why would he let these things? Listen, these things happen as a measurement and a testimony against our negative. Period.
Mm-hmm.
We push the Father to his extreme limits.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta suffer you to hunger. That's a strong statement. It kills me to watch you in this condition. But I have to sting you, because if you don't get stung, you'll never see that you're wrong.
Ghana. You done with that?
Yep.
Let's go back to Ezekiel 16. Read verse 28.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 28. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast insatiable. Yea, or yeah, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet couldst not be satisfied.
He says he keeps reiterating the fact that our pursuits in this world are because we're just not happy with what the Most High has given us. We're just not satisfied. And that disgusts the Most High. If we ever just, this is what the Most High, you play the whore here. You're constantly going to find pursuing some other happiness. You ever see Israel just always changing careers and angles? What are you doing this for? You wearing all these hats for what reason? All these hats and all these jobs and all these careers, and now I'm in real estate, now I'm into this, now, like, bro, when do you got time to read the Bible? When do you got time to reflect on pleasing the Most High?
It's not about that.
When you got time to sit back here and give more of your spirit to the Lord? But that don't make dollars. That don't give me what I want.
Or it'll make me feel good.
Or it don't make me feel good.
That's the real answer. People don't say it. How about serving God doesn't make you feel good?
Because serving
'Cause you're
God
getting tangible
means you got to put whatever you got going on the back burner for the rest of your life. We understand that, right? Well, we teach it, but people I don't think believe that. If you really want to please the Most High, it's never about you. And the trade-off and the blessing you get for not making it about you, and that the Most High will always make it about you.
In his
That's
time.
the trade on his time.
On his time, though.
And what he thinks you need. That's the trade-off. That's the blessing. We don't like that because that thought is crippling to us. It takes our power from us because we sit back here and think we have the power and control to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. What we have the power to do is to gain virtues and learn disciplines and learn how to master ourselves. That's the power the Lord gave us to do with these scriptures. So we can be better adept at serving. Because that was the clothing he gave us as a woman before we prostituted ourselves and used all of our virtues, our God-given talents, to elevate ourselves. Read on. Verse 29.
Verse 29. It says, Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan.
Everywhere we go, and whether it's Canaan, Chaldea, we're constantly pushing ourselves out here to all these different cultures, all these different ideologies, because in my mind, there's something I can gain from it. Read on.
Unto Chaldea, and yet thou wast not satisfied herewith.
Ezekiel 16, Ezekiel 23, Hosea chapter 2 truly breaks down why the Most High keeps stinging us. And he lets us know that it goes way beyond following the Ten Commandments. It goes way beyond honoring the Sabbath. It goes way beyond these things because it goes at the heart and the root of mankind. The heart of our sin. What motivates Israel to go against the Heavenly Father is the notion that I don't have enough. It's the aggravation and frustrated that what I have is not good enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough resources. I don't have enough blessings. Now I'm stressed out. Now I have anxiety. Now I got to go get mine. Versus getting what the Most High wants you to get. Virtues, lessons, discipline. Break what's inside of you, and the Most High will reward you. We don't look at life that way. And this is why in our life we keep angering the Most High and distancing ourselves from Him. Read on.
Ezekiel 16:30.
I need some more spirit when you read. Everybody over here. I need some strength and some potency when we read. Verse 30. So listen, what he's about to explain is that insatiable mind that we have. He calls it a different word. When we're depressed about what we don't have in our life, when we're unsatisfied about the conditions the Lord gave us, he calls it what? Read on.
It says, How weak is thine heart?
How weak is your mind? Weak-minded Israelites can never just be appreciative for what the Most High has given them. That's a weak mind because a heart is a mind. For our people that just can't get past this destructive mindset we have. You know, things can be going great in relationships and marriages and work. And all of a sudden it just takes a couple thoughts about what you don't have. And everything gets collapsed and thrown in the trash, in the dumpster. You ever thought about that?
Yes, we are.
Think most I can sit back here and bring in peace in your life. And all of a sudden you just meditate too long on what you don't have and you destroy the good that's right in front of you. And he says, how weak is your mind? That you give yourself into the thoughts that the thought and the meditation that I'm really losing in life. That's really what it is. The weak-minded man and woman meditates on how they're losing. The strong-minded man and woman meditates on how the Most High is blessing them. I hope we all understand that. The weak-minded men and women on earth meditate on how they don't have enough. Strong-minded men and women meditate in life about how the Most High has been blessing them. That's the difference between strength and weakness. How you think. Do I focus on how I don't have something? Or do I focus on how the Most High is giving me exactly what I need? And if I want more, I got to change more things in me. Let that read that verse from the top, and then we'll go back to another verse. No, it's not even that. We gotta go a couple first. Read on, sir.
Ezekiel 16:30. How weak is thine heart, saith the Most High, seeing thou dost all things, the work of an imperious, whorish woman.
He
Strong
says,
statement.
look up imperious real quick, Karai.
Got it. Imperious.
No way you got it that fast. You just said the words out. He just said,
I got it. 4 years ago, dude.
no way.
Yeah, for real.
Okay. You like got it. I'm like, you didn't even push your phone yet.
You get in. I got it.
I got it. I had it right here the whole time. Wait.
Get industrious. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Hey, come on, man. There's no
That's
way,
the wrong word.
bro.
That's the wrong word.
I was prepared.
Okay.
Which one did you want, sir? One.
2.
2. Imperious, 1828, Webster's Dictionary, point number 2.
My goodness.
Commanding, indicating, in an imperious temper.
You're angry and you're commanding about what you want.
Command.
You're not just one of those suggestive complainers. You're storming and you're just nagging and it's about this is unfair, everything's unfair.
Give me.
He's like that. He says you're commanding, you're arrogant. Matter of fact, give me one.
Imperious, 1828.
The Most High is calling us a woman, right? So he says we are imperious. Read on.
Imperious, point number 1. Commanding.
That means we don't request anything. We're commanding and demanding that we get what we want. That's my point. We're demanding of what we think we deserve, even though we didn't earn it. Yeah. We're commanding, and then we're demanding.
Now,
we're overly demanding about our needs and what we're not getting out the deal. You know how we are. We're like the woman that's every couple weeks. Yahweh, we need to talk about our relationship. And the Most High is like, oh shit, what did I do now? Yeah. I don't think you sent your ray of sunshine on me today like you did 2 weeks ago, and I don't think this is going to work out because the rays of blessings that you gave me 2 weeks ago has changed, and the light of ray is different today than it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And if listen, that is what this means. What imperious means. We can all laugh about have a good chuckle on that. How about men's minds are the same way? Man, I'm trying, dog. I'm trying to get these blessings. Most I just ain't blessing
Listen,
me, man.
Prince broke brothers down a long time ago. Right?
Prince?
Yeah, Prince broke it down.
What did Prince say?
He said, maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied.
There you go. Okay.
Listen.
Why always scream at
Why always scream at each other? Listen, he said, maybe I'm just demanding. Maybe I'm too bold. Maybe you're imperious.
Maybe he
was right about you.
Maybe the nation of Israel is imperious.
Maybe he was right about the nation of the Jew.
God damn,
and he perfectly explained it in his writing.
So we're commanding, we're overbearing, we're not suggestive about our requests.
Please, no.
We are fighting and we're angry because we don't get what we're looking for.
James,
commanding, read on.
Dictatorial.
And we're going to tell you how we want you to bless me.
Dictatorial like
that. But I want you to bless me this way. And if you don't bless me this way, it ain't a blessing.
Wow.
That's dictatorial.
Yeah.
I am dictating how I want the Most High to take care of me.
That's amazing.
Just like a negative wife is dictating to her husband how she wants to be treated. How I want to be loved. And if I'm not loved this way, you don't love me. Like, whoa, isn't that how it is? Isn't that how it's laid down? If you don't love me this way, and I'm counting the ways.
Yeah.
If you don't love me this way, you don't love me. Then I'm going to get cold on you and disconnect. Isn't that real talk? That's my point. But we're the same way towards the Lord. It's crazy, huh? Dictatorial, what else?
It says haughty.
Haughty. Listen, we believe the crap we're talking. We really believe we deserve something we didn't really earn. And that haughty, dictatorial commanding, we're putting pressure on the Most High. This is why Christ said in Matthew to not keep doing the same repetitive prayers about asking for things.
Now we know why.
You see that? He said, stop doing the same repetitive prayers, asking for the same thing you prayed for a whole year about. So the Most High didn't hear it the first time you asked for it? If you ask for a rib and you didn't get one in a month or two, guess what? You got to keep asking for the rib. Yeah, I know. Shalom, Father. I know it's day 265, but I just want to make sure, in case you didn't hear the 264 request, I'm gonna ask you again, number 265, that you come through for your boy. Because I've been sacrificing, I've been working, I've been dedicating, I've been abstaining. I know that's not the right word. I'm just being silly. I've been sacrificing. I've been diligence. Father. I've been reading the Bible. Ain't that us? What the Most High said? Knock. He kept saying knock. I'm knocking. That's what that means? No, you're complaining. You're being dictatorial. I am fighting and wrestling for what I want out the deal, and I'm depressed when I don't get it. You know you're in a negative spirit when you're depressed when you don't get what you want. When emotion is flaring in you, when you don't get things and see things how you expect it to happen. Now you're becoming dictatorial. Now you're becoming an imperious, whorish woman. Because if I'm demanding and I'm complaining and I'm dictatorial about what I'm not getting, guess what happens next? I'm going to get what I want. If you don't give it to me, somebody else will.
I'm going to take it.
Don't you think that's what it is? There's a man out there that loves me. I'm going to get someone that loves me. Isn't that what it is? Listen, if you don't sit back here and love me the way I want to be loved, I'm gonna go find that love. And then I'm gonna go to the club and then I'm gonna get ran through. Because that also what happens. Because the other guy's gonna tell you all the things you want to hear and just get what they want and bounce on you. Is that a lie? No. That is not a lie. That is all facts too. But just like that happens to our women, following this dictation of what they think should be done to them, and when they don't get it from the person who's there for them, they get abused in the world. I mean, people when we used to go to the club, how many people I've seen who sit back here and these girls are roofie that?
Oh, all day.
And they can't even walk downstairs.
It's in the parking lot.
And the guy's like, "Don't worry, I got it." I'm like, "Come on now, is that the person that she came with?"
I'm gonna help her.
No, it wasn't.
She has like the Raggedy Ann doll legs. You know, the legs that just float.
Yep.
That can't support the ground up.
Gone. And all that to understand that we can see that in a woman. But the Most High is like, we're sitting back here to the same thing. I'm tired of being broke. So I'm going to sit back here and exploit myself to the white man to make my money. I'm going to go hustle. Listen, either I'm going to go to the white man to get my money, or I'm going to destroy my people to get my money. You're still being a whore. You're whoring out yourself and your spirit and your people to get paid. But it is all based, the whoredoms is based on the fact that I'm going to fight and complain and bicker about what I don't get. Until the Most High either gives it to me or he backs away when I go hunt for it. Oh, the Most High ain't listening to me. He ain't hearing my prayers. So let me go and get my blessing on my own. Isn't that what we do?
Listen, this cat in the song said, he said, my brother sold, my boy sold my mother drugs, but it was out of love.
Oh, okay.
He said,
I thought it was out of getting paid.
That was the first statement. My brother sold my mother drugs because it was out of love. He said, at least it was sold. So he sold what he sold. So I don't got a grudge.
What?
His point was...
That didn't make sense.
The point, it didn't make sense. But the point was, he didn't care about his mother. He cared about the fact it was sold. I got to make sure it's sold. He tried to sell every drop of dope he got. So if he had to sell it to your mama, I don't care. As long as it was sold. So that was out of love. But that was the real mentality of the guy that wrote the song.
I get it. So let's go back. I ain't want to talk about that 5-letter word statement that thinking that these cats had. Give me back in Imperious, the number one.
God. Imperious. Commanding. Dictatorial. Haughty. Arrogant.
Overbearing.
What's that about?
Overbearing. I'm overly pushing. Listen, when I don't get what I want, I'm going to sit back here and be obsessed with what I'm not getting in my life. Isn't that our people? But they don't call it overbearing. They're just, I'm depressed. I'm sad. I got to get what I got to get at all costs. That's the nature of our people. I got to get more comfort in my life at all costs. Read on.
God. It says domineering.
Listen. I am bold. I'm domineering. I am going to sit back and make everybody uncomfortable because I'm not getting what I want in my house. You ever been in a household when the woman is just, the whole house is just crunchy and uncomfortable lot because mama's mad?
Oh.
Then you got, oh, man, Mama Bear's mad. Everybody got to be cool until she cools off. Forget that crap, huh? If Mama Bear's mad, she's gonna just be a dragon. And Most High calls them a dragon, huh? That's a dragon, huh? That's what the Most says. Better a man live in a housetop than with a brawling or domineering or imperious woman. Who wants to deal with that crap? But why is a woman a dragon? Because she ain't getting what she wants. And how about she's always down overboard about what she wants, and she's not, there's no compromise in her. Continue.
It says,
jump to number 3.
Point number 3. Powerful.
So they're powerful in their commanding, dictatorial, haughty and arrogant and overbearing and domineering way. Read on.
Overbearing,
overboard. Read on.
Not to be opposed by obstacles.
And this is Israel. I'm not going to let anything get in the way of what I want. Somebody's going to nag, bother, throw a fit until I get the attention I want. This is our women and our men. And this is why the Most High sits back here and has a real issue with us and hates our conduct and ends up stripping away the little ordinary food that we're given in the first place. Because nothing ever satisfies our people. He can bless you. We proved it in the wilderness and we prove it every day. I sit back here and save you from the Egyptians. You complain. I give you water. You complain. I give you manna from heaven. You complain. Nothing is ever good enough. And if you understand that scenario, look at your life. Can you sit back here and think about when you were ever happy? And can you compare the times you were happy with all the times you were sad? Did you have more sad times than good times? And if you've had way more sad times than good times, maybe it's because you're imperious and lack the ability to see the good that's right in front of you. Because if you're in the right spirit, you shouldn't be sad at all. You should be appreciative for whatever the Most High has given you at any time. Now, nobody's going to trip on the negative and the highs and lows in the world. Why are you angry in the truth? Why am I unhappy in the truth? Because you're imperious. How about that? When you're angry or you're emotional, you got all these highs and lows, it's really because you're imperious. Because you're not satisfied. And the Most High sits back here and gives you the basic necessities. And then when you flip out, that's how he can see you're unsatisfied. Because if you can't just be okay with the Most High giving you what you need, then you're a spoiled brat. Then I'm going to start taking away the little that I have given. If we understand that, we can understand how the Most High thinks. And maybe for once begin to please him. Here we go. Let that go. And go now to Ezekiel 23 and verse 18.
Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 18.
Ezekiel 23 and 18.
So she discovered her whoredoms and discovered her nakedness. Then my mind was alienated from her.
So when the Most High finally realized that we're selfish and can't be satisfied, then the Most High starts to alienate himself from us. Now he's backing away. Just like a husband does. When I'm sitting back here and giving to you, and I'm giving to you, and it's not enough, then what else is there? Either I have to be a slave to you, or I'm going to back away.
There's only two premises you can operate.
It's either I'm going to serve you and give you everything you want, then you're going to disrespect me anyway.
Yeah.
Or you back away and distance yourself from a person who's not appreciative. That is the thinking that a husband has to take, or how the Most High deals with us. He says once he realizes how bad we are, and how disconnected we are, and how selfish and unsatiable or insatiable we are, now he's going to alienate himself from us. Now I'm backing away. I don't want no part of this.
You're going to see your life, and you're praying to a white Jesus, or you're sitting here praying to Allah, He ain't answering your prayers, or you're sitting here a black atheist, and then your whole life makes no sense, and your attractions make no sense, and your relationships don't work out, then you're like, you know what, maybe I need to come back to the Bible from where I came.
Good.
The ox knows his owner, but my people do not know.
Yep. So let's let that go. I'm sorry, finish that.
Come. It says, like as my mind was alienated from her sister.
So what he's saying is, this chapter explains earlier up, we're going to go into this later, how the Most High looks at the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah as sisters. He said he alienated himself from the northern kingdom a long time ago. Now, the southern kingdom has the same sickness of being insatiable. And never being appreciative. So now I got to alienate myself from the other sister also. Because they're both disgusting me with the fact that nothing is ever good enough. Let that go. Now we're going to sit back here and jump to Ezekiel 16, verse 33 and 34.
Come.
Let's see. Listen, whoever is online, I guess FCM or whatever the case is, the question you have is very simple, but we're on a topic today. So I'm going to send you an email. If you want this question answered really, truly, then that will be no problem. And we can give you the answer within a couple of responses. If you really want the answer, we'll give it to you.
There's some books about it too.
And we'll give you books, proof, all that good stuff. But we're not changing topics today, so you either take it or leave it.
We have a lot of customers here that need.
Yes. Okay, so let's continue.
You can't switch it up.
Ezekiel, Salakia.
Well, that was what I was saying. The question will be answered online. Write the question down, type it up on the email machine, get it to us, and we'll get back to it.
We have a lot of different spheres that need
Yes.
this topic. It can't be.
So it's okay. It's all good. I mean, the question is valid, and there's nothing wrong with the question. But we're not going to do that today.
Thank you.
And we have 900 classes, and out of those 900 classes we have online, there are topics that deal with this. There are classes that deal with that topic. Okay, but what do you got? It was Ezekiel 16.
Come. Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 33 reads, "They give gifts to all whores, but thou
That
givest."
right there. That alone is a problem.
Yeah.
Why do you want a gift from somebody that's not your husband?
No. What he's saying is this. We jumped a little bit further down from verse 30 and jumped to verse 33. What he's saying is how disgusting we are. No problem, sir. Thank you for reaching out. What he's saying in verse 33 is that the nations give gifts to all whores. The nations do this. The nations sit back here and reward anybody that comes and follows their idols. Right? Read on.
Come. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers.
And Mosiah is like, listen, man, you give the best of you to the nations. It should be reversed. The nations should be sitting back here and lining up to take care of you and reward you. What this verse is showing you is that what you're giving up is greater than what you're gaining.
That's true.
This is what he's saying. When we sit back here and commit our hours and time and our life force, we may get a 401k. Versus sitting back here and committing your life to serving the Most High, and you're guaranteed your salvation. So what he's saying is what you give up is not worth what you gain. Read on.
Come. But thou givest thy gifts to all lovers, and hirest them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy word.
So it still goes back to we give the nations more of our spirit than they give us. Read on.
And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms.
No, and then nobody follows our example in wickedness. He's like, nobody's following how we do things. Because everybody knows we're on the bottom of the totem pole anyway. Unless it's singing and dancing and shucking and jiving. Nobody sits back here and follows how we think. Follows how we parent. You think people are going to follow our parenting techniques and styles? We'll sit back here and follow our study habits and our education and our discipline. Nobody's following those virtues no more. We give the best of our virtues to the nations, and nobody patterns their spiritual behavior to us. As a nation, at least. Read on.
Come. And in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary.
We're contrary because we don't get nothing for selling out. We don't get anything that's substantial that's compared to what the Most High wants to give us that's going to sustain itself. But we're constantly out here giving our spirit. Listen, Jake will sit back here and sell their soul for a record deal. Have you ever sat back here and seen the numbers and what you really get out of a record deal? Like? The numbers are really bad. Who's getting a better deal? The record companies or you? All you're getting is fame. And with fame, you're a what? The target. Don't forget all the little jewelry you got, all the tattoos, all that crap. You got to pay that out of your advance.
They renting that up.
Or listen, or you pay for it. Or you pay for it so that you get more. You want to have a dope video? Guess what? You're paying for it. It ain't like the record companies. They're giving you money. But really, it's a loan.
It's a really bad loan.
It's a bad loan, and you only got enough to promote yourself in videos and look apart and act a certain way. And that's it. That's all you're really getting. That's why every rapper has to bust his ass and do like 4 or 5 albums to get out of the what? The first what? Because you ain't getting no deal, you ain't getting no money. Then you might, the second go around, if you're really good, get a little bit more of a bump. But how much? I was listening to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson made hundreds of millions of dollars for Sony. He made money. But how much did he make the record deal? Record company.
Billions.
And then what Michael did was he was disciplined, ended up buying 50% of Sony, and guess what happened to him?
He got snuffed out.
He got snuffed out because he sat back and tried to outsmart the industry.
And he bought the Beatles catalog.
I know that. Until he got killed, and they took it back. So now what? They took it back for a cheaper price. How do you think all of a sudden he got hit on these bum charges of pedastry? Because they sit back here, all those charges on Michael were bum charges. How about that one? All of them were false accusations.
They testified when they got orders said I was told to do that.
Yes, I know this. They were told to do it. And all they did was try to bankrupt him and destroy his image because he was about to get out of his deal and not re-sign with Sony. He wanted out. So we're going to break you then. We're going to break you. We're going to destroy your name, destroy all your credibility, and eventually bankrupt you. And we're going to get our masters back. We're going to, by God, we're going to get them Beatles back. We're going to get that money back. And that's what happened. Anyway, what's the point of what I'm explaining? What you give your soul for, you don't gain in return. Okay. Did you finish verse 34?
Come.
Okay, let that go and jump to let's see. Go to Hosea 2 and 6.
Hosea chapter 2, verse 6. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns.
Just so you know, Ezekiel 23, Ezekiel 16 is talking about the nature of Israel. Yes, it had a lot to do with explaining how the wickedness that we carried ourselves in during the Babylonian captivity was going to happen in approximately 586 BC. But it still explains the nature of our nation today. The things written aforetime are written for your what?
Learning.
Your learning. So yeah, yes, it was talking about literally the fall of Israel to the Babylonian Empire in 586 BC approximately. But if you look at the Bible spiritually, and not get too overly technical, you can understand the same patterns and behaviors you read in the nation of Israel in Ezekiel 23, Deuteronomy 28, Ezekiel 16. It's the same patterns now. At least if we're talking about the real Jews and not the ones who are impersonators. But once again, we gotta get back on topic. Let's continue. Ezekiel, it was Hosea, right? 2 and 6.
Hosea chapter 2, verse 6.
Yep, read that.
Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall that she will not find her path.
With the Most High. Don't forget in verse 5. Read verse 5 again.
Hosea chapter 2, verse 5. For their mother hath played the harlot. She that conceived them hath done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers, that give me my bread, and my water, my wool, and my flax, mine oil, and my drink.
So what the Most High is saying is, okay, you want to sit back and run out on me and exploit yourself to the nations? This is what I'm going to do to you. Read on.
Verse 6. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns.
I'm not going to let you go and find success out there in the world. I'm going to hedge up your path with thorns. You're going to go out here, as you're trying to go and get yours, you're going to come out bloody and bruised up and destroyed. You're going to hurt. You're not going to sit back here and leave me scot-free and do what you want to do and smile in front of my face. You ain't going to take all the blessings I gave you and destroy yourself and make me look bad. That's how the Most High is a man. Because isn't that what we think? When the person you invested your time in wants to sit back and trick on you and run the streets, what's your thought? You ain't leaving. You think you can just walk off and walk away? And that's why so many black folks getting charges out, getting arrested out for the same reason.
Yeah.
But the thinking is you can just do what you want to do and walk off and just sit back here and just forget me. He said, I'm gonna close up all of your ways and hedge them with thorns. You're not gonna leave me easy. You're gonna leave me bloodied and battered. We're done.
And make a wall that she shall not find her path.
He said, I'm gonna put a wall in your way. Thorns and a wall. You're not gonna succeed in your ventures. If the Most High got his hand on you, you are not gonna thrive like you think you want to, like you think you deserve, like your imperious mind has lied to you and told you that you're gonna succeed. He ain't gonna let you succeed. If you're his, if you're the Most High's, he's not going to let you run off and do you and find glory. He's going to destroy you and bloody you up.
If he loves you.
If he loves you. Let me finish that verse? Yeah, let that verse go. Now we're jumping back to Ezekiel 23 because we're explaining how the Most High deals with us when we choose to go our way and not serve him. So Ezekiel 23, verse 19 through 21. 23, Ezekiel 23, verse 19.
Come. Ezekiel 23 and 19. Yes, she multiplied her whoredoms in calling to remembrance the days of her youth, where she had played the harlot in the land of Egypt.
This is what pisses the Most High off. When Israel goes back in their past and tells themselves of all the glory they had, all the success they had. This is how you know you're dealing with that horror spirit. When you can't get past the past. And whatever you did before the Most High was introduced in your life. A lot of our people can't stop looking back. That's what the Most High says. You can't put your hands to the plow and look back and make the kingdom. Because why are you looking back? You're reminiscing on what you did, on what you got blessed, on how life was better. How life was better and now I'm here and life is harder. Like that mindset is why the Most High distances himself from us. Verse 18 said, because of our whoredoms, he alienated himself from us. But he alienates himself from us because we can't get our mind from how we lived in the past. And all the advantages we had in the past. And the freedoms we had in the past. And the fun we had in the past. Read on.
Verse 20. For she doted upon their paramours.
Listen, look under doted.
Oh.
Or dote.
Dope. Come. Go. 1828, Webster's Dictionary. It says,
I want to go number 2.
point number 2, Con. Go. 1828, Webster's Dictionary. Point number 2. To be excessively in love.
So he's saying he hates the fact that we love how we live in the past. Because when you get in the heart of this work and you see what this work is really about and the level of commitment and the level of dedication the Most High is expecting out of you, then part of that carnal side wants us to be like, man, I really miss the freedom I had in the world. I really miss the fun. I really miss maybe sports, maybe my conquest, whatever I was going, whatever I had going on in the world. I miss that. I miss that because what's in front of me is just hard work and dedication and sacrifice, and I really don't like that. This is why a lot of our people are in the work, but their mind is 10 years ago, 10 years back, about how things work, and they can't get past how they lived in the past, and what they gained and what they got in the past, and what they tell us that they gave up to serve the Most High. Read on. Now, matter of fact, read verse 20 again.
Come, verse 20. For she doted upon their paramours.
Paramours, I would imagine, are lovers, but let's get it.
Huh.
Yep, it's lovers. So he says they were in love with the people and the goals they set forth before they learned the Most High. Read on.
Whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, and whose issue is like the issue of horses.
Okay, now hold this verse and go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 in the Apocrypha. 25 and verse 2. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 25 and verse 2.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 and verse 2 reads, 3 sorts of men my soul hated.
He's the Most High hates these type of people. Okay?
And I am greatly offended at their life.
He said he hates their life. Everything their life is about. Okay, read on.
A poor man that is proud.
There's a lot of Israelites that are poor and proud. You can't tell them nothing. But that's not the one I'm focusing on. Read on.
A rich man that is a liar.
Mm-hmm.
And an old adulterer that doted.
What is the adulterer? It's the person that lives his life and puts the Most High last. He says he hates that Israelite that is in love with the life he left. But he's still sitting back here serving the Most High, but he loves that old way. He loves that old man.
Yeah.
Because that person is what? He's double-minded. How can you please the Most High if you're double-minded? That's doting and in love and fantasizing on the past life he had. He's letting us know you have to kill that old man in order to properly function in the new world with this new relationship with the Heavenly Father. And if you really want to be potent in this realm, serving the Most High, those worldly desires got to get destroyed. And you can't be doting and fantasizing and immersed into what you missed from the world.
That's dope. Point number 1, 1828. To be delirious.
Mm-hmm.
To be delirious.
But delirious in your love for what you left. You're supposed to left and not turn back. But that's not how we operate. Okay?
It says to have the intellect impaired by age, so that the mind wanders or wavers.
Mm-hmm.
To be silly.
But that's a person who's giving themselves to folly. You don't got to be an old person to sit back here and dope. But let that go, because we're only half. We got it. We got to kind of push it. Go to Ezekiel 16, verse 37 to 42. Ezekiel 16, verse 37 to 42.
Come, Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers with whom thou hast taken pleasure, and all them that thou hast loved, with all them that thou hast hated. I will even gather them round about against thee, and will discover thy nakedness unto them, that they may see all thy nakedness.
This is how he's going to close off and build this wall in front of our pursuits. How he puts this wall up and these thorns around us is that he turns the people that we want to give our spirit to against us. Because the Most High is a what power?
Jealous.
He is a jealous power. He's not going to let us do what we want to do when we want to do. If you were chosen to serve him, damn it, you're going to serve him. Or live miserable trying to go opposite the direction of what you were called to do.
That's the key point. You're going to live miserable if you're not serving the Most High. Or how about you'll be miserable if you're not in the right spirit?
That's my point.
As you serve the Most High.
Because there's a lot of Israelites that haven't physically left, but mentally aren't here, and they're miserable in the work. This is why you can't sit back here. Just because a person's in the truth doesn't mean you should follow their example. There's a lot of guys here that are unhappy as hell. And they're unhappy because they haven't accepted their life. That person who's doting, the person who's doting, he should rather be where he was in the world. You know how many people, how many Israelites, the only reason they don't leave is because they know too much of the Bible? How about that one? The only reason they don't leave is they know too much. And they know if they leave, they're going to get destroyed. So if that's your only reason for keeping it going, aren't you kind of doting? Aren't you kind of sitting back here? You really want the world, but you're stuck, and you can't go backwards.
I know too many scriptures.
I know, and I know I'm gonna be destroyed if I go back.
I know I was waiting for you.
So I got to do this, but I'm unhappy every step of the way. All right or wrong? Yes, sir.
Now, are you talking about evil ass flesh hunger? Are you talking about
Fleshman hunger?
Now, are you talking about people in the camp, or are you talking? And then second of all,
Hold on. Let's get the first answer.
I'm saying
I have to answer the first question first.
Okay.
I'm talking about people in the camp, people out the camp, people that was in the camp that left the camp, people that was in the camp, left the camp, and came back to the camp. I'm talking about everybody.
Okay. And then second of all, are you saying that the Lord wants us poor?
No. I'm gonna say this. You know what?
I got scripture.
No. Okay. Let's go real quick. We're gonna go into this topic anyway.
Okay.
But let's read Deuteronomy 28, verse 1.
Oh, yes, I'm going to do it.
We're going to go there. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. We're going to read to verse 14.
God.
The business.
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
So this was literally a class I was going to teach. I'm going to teach it any damn way. But because we need to hear it 1,000 times. Because Israel, I've heard people, that question you asked is what was asked like 2 or 3 Saturdays ago. We want to be poor and have nothing? And it was said it was very frustrating when it was said. I'm like, no. I'm just saying. No. It's okay. I'm telling you what you said. Somebody said in text. Okay, I'm just saying. Somebody typed it in the middle of a class, asking the same question. This is a question that's popping a lot in these topics. And listen, whether they're saying it or thinking, they're sure the hell thinking it. I'll tell you that damn much. Read this, Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1 reads, and it shall come to pass.
Meaning this is going to happen. Read on.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So the Most High said he's going to set us high above all nations of the earth. Now let's ask ourselves a real question. What did that mean to be high above all the nations? Give me a scripture. Not your interpretation. We're supposed to have all this money and the rest of people are supposed to be broke. Was that it? No. How about let's go to Matthew 5 and 14.
Yep.
Matthew 5 and 14.
Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5 verse 14. It says, ye are the light of the world.
We're supposed to be the light of the world. Read on.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
We're supposed to be high above in our standard and how we carry ourselves. We were supposed to be the light and the embodiment of what the nations were supposed to shoot for. Spiritually. We were supposed to be the top nation in the world because of the what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Bible. You know how we know that? Remember in Deuteronomy 4, they says, surely these guys are a great and wise nation. Remember that? Deuteronomy 4. It's 4 verse 5 and 6. It says, surely this is a wise and understanding nation. That was what was supposed to make us greater than everybody else. We were created to lead the rest of the world spiritually and usher the rest of the world into how to serve the Most High, and for the rest of the world and nations to come out of the idolatrous ways they were living. We were supposed to teach the Canaanites how to serve the Most High, teach the Philistines and the Egyptians how to serve the Most High, teach the Syrians how to serve the Most High. That's what we were created to do. But instead of us teaching the nations about the Most High, we serve their idols. So, if we followed the laws and bought into it, we were supposed to be above all the nations. You think we were supposed to be like America? Just militarily sit back here and take everybody's land and power and strip the nation with nothing? Because that's the only way to have true riches. Somebody else got to be poor. Even for us to be broke. You think our broke in America is Africa broke?
Or Latin America?
Or Latin America broke?
No.
Let's be honest.
Nope.
You think our version of broke is Latin America broke? Mexico broke?
If you make $36,000 a year, you're 1% in the world.
In Mexico,
you're,
right?
you're 10% in the world.
In Mexico, right?
No, in the world. You're 10% richer in the world. $35,000.
Say that again. Slow it down.
If you make $35,000, you are the 10% in the entire world. If you make $100,000, you are the 1% in the entire world. The entire world.
Do we look at our life that way?
No.
No, I gotta have more, man. I gotta get cars, man. I gotta get something, man. Let's not forget, globally, even in our decrepit, broke state, we have more than the rest of the world. I've been to the third world. It ain't nothing like this. It ain't nothing. I think we should all do a field trip, like a camp field trip.
I agree.
A camp field trip and see what being broke really looks like.
I agree.
Because your version of broke is not the world's version of broke. Let's go to Burkina Faso and see how that place looks like. See how they live. Let's go to damn Honduras. See how they live.
Yeah.
Go to Guatemala. Ecuador. You see how they live.
Peru is the biggest trash city in the world. Where I think it's like 20,000 inhabitants or so, where they live just on the city dump. Like in San Antonio city dump, but they live in those colonies. What you got?
I was gonna say I know a brother Manasseh. He told me if you have rice or if you have chicken, you rich out there in Cuba.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying,
and the power is only on for like 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
So if you have rice or chicken, you
Rice
rich.
or.
Yeah,
They didn't say
rice
rice
or
and. There was no arroz con pollo.
Yeah,
No.
It was arroz or pollo.
Yeah.
It wasn't both.
Yeah.
We get rice right down the street, and you're eating like a king every day.
Yeah.
Throwing food away.
Throwing food away.
Yeah.
So, if we looked at things that way, maybe we'd look at our life a little different. But let's continue. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power.
Now, we have to sit back here in the rest of these verses and really hear what blessings look like. What does blessings mean? He says these blessings are going to overtake you, like this wave of things having things. We're going to sit back and see, is it really about having things? Read on.
Verse 3. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
What does that mean? The field's the word, but what does blessing mean? We will find out. Read on.
Verse 4. Blessed shalt be the fruit of thy body.
What does that mean? So your children will be blessed. How will they be blessed? Health. You'll be able to raise them. You'll be able to teach them the scriptures. You'll have more children, so you'll have more what?
Helpers.
Field hands.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of work on the farm. How long do farmers work a day?
About 12, 15 hours.
12, 15 hours. It's almost like slavery.
Yeah.
For us Yankee boys or city boys, we would sit back here and look at the blessings of working on a farm, and this shit's hell.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Before machines? Oh, yeah.
Before machines. You're out here sweating. 12, 13 hours. So I have the blessings of sons, so they can guess what and do what? They can touch this smoke with me. And that's called a what? So working for the rest of your life
It's a blessing.
until you're 12 to 13 hours a day till you're dead is called a what? In the Most High's eye. Do we look at that as a blessing?
Nope.
Did the Jews, did the nation of Israel look at that as a blessing?
Nope.
Thank you. This is the Most High's version of blessings. So you have enough children to work that land with you. Read on.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy ground.
And what it means is you're not going to have famines. You're blessed because you'll have enough field hands to work. And you won't have to deal with the consequence of working the land and not getting anything out of it. That's called a what?
Blessing.
So you're blessed with the opportunity to work and have enough harvest to do what? To last you to the next what? That's called a what?
Blessing.
Okay. Read on.
And the fruit of thy ground and the fruit of thy
What it
cattle.
also means is your cattle will be able to have children and other cattle. So you can do two things. Why is it a blessing to have cattle and have your cattle mate and have other cattle?
More money to eat and sell.
Well, first thing, no, there's three things. Okay. Eat, sell, and do what? Offer up to the Most High.
Yeah.
Because you're still giving sacrifices to the Levites, to the Lord. You still got to give the firstborn of your animals to the Lord. Then you get to eat and sell. So you're still, the blessing is in what? Having enough to sustain you. Let's go. Now, because if you understand the laws of farming, the first fruits of everything went to who? Most High. And the last fruits of everything went to who? The poor. So you got the middle. So the blessing is to have enough of the middle to sustain you and your family to the next harvest. That's what God calls a what? Blessing. On top of working 12 to 15 hours a day with your sons. Now, it's a blessing to work with your sons every day. Right?
Big blessing.
But is it what you thought the blessing was? Neither did the Jews when they left Egypt. They thought they was going to get more out the deal.
That's what they call Egypt, their land of milk and honeys.
And that's why the Jews doted on Egypt.
Yeah.
Because what the Most High calls a blessing, listen, we work 12 to 15 hours a day in the new land. We worked 12 to 15 hours a day in Egypt. The difference is you're working for yourself. But after God tax and the poor tax, guess what happens?
You don't get as much for yourself.
Your money's kind of tight. You have your daily what?
Bread.
Isn't that the Lord's Prayer?
Yeah.
The Lord's Prayer was to ask for what?
Daily bread.
But your version of daily bread is, I'm poor. Is most I want to be poor? Is it poor, your daily bread? It's a real question.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
God. It says, and the fruit of thy ground and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind,
The increase of your cattle, your sheep. Read on.
and the flocks of thy sheep.
So your sheep are growing. You have a decent size of sheep. You have a decent amount of cattle. Portions of those cattle and sheep, the best of it goes to God. Now, there wasn't a law literally on the animals going to the poor because meat was like a delicacy back then.
Yeah.
That's a fact. The only one that had meat every day on the table was like King Saul, King David. They had the meat spread every day. The rest of the folks didn't have meat. Remember when in Nehemiah, when everybody was poor and broke, and they said we didn't have enough flour and oil? Most people was living off flour and oil and some basic vegetables.
Yeah.
That was the staple food that they survived in. They didn't have meat. They didn't have meat every day. We get meat every day. And we still call ourselves poor. Read on.
Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store.
So the Most High is saying there will be enough for us to collect and to sustain for the next what? Season. And enough store to barter with other farmers to get things that you need. So he's saying the blessing isn't having enough to sustain yourself. These are the blessings. Read on.
Come. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
He says, in whatever business activities you tap into, or whatever endeavors in general, you'll be blessed going in and blessed going out. But there's still, what does that mean? What does that mean? To be blessed when you go in and blessed when you go out. That open-ended statement leads to like vain expectations.
Yeah.
Because your idea of a blessing is different than another person's idea of a blessing.
Yeah.
One person, just having a car is a blessing.
Yeah.
Another person, I got to have a Benz. Well, why the hell have a car at all? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Or we're in Texas. I gotta have a 4-wheel. I gotta have a truck. I gotta have a dually. Or why have a car? I had a brother ask me, like, man, why do brothers drive cars? My answer was, because everybody don't like trucks. It's that simple. So if you don't have a truck, you're not in the spirit. Is that what we're saying?
I like 30 miles.
We're not in the spirit if we're not riding a dually ass truck that I got to blow $150 of gas
4 days
just to sit back and drive.
Yeah, no.
That's not what's hot in the streets.
It's not ballin'.
I said, okay, maybe use it as a work truck. That's cool. But you're gonna sit back and look down on all the other nobodies because they don't have a work truck. Because maybe everybody's not blue collar. Maybe there are white collar people in the streets. Anyway, there's the city mouse and there's the country mouse. There's both kind of mice. It's the country and the city.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's continue on.
Verse 7. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
So the next blessing is because he led it into blessed when you go out, blessed when you come in. So what's he saying? That means when you go out in the city, when you go outside of your area, you're going to be blessed. But how do you get blessed when you get outside of your area? Your enemies won't harm you. I don't think we quantify protection as serious as we should. Protection from harm, family protection. I don't think that's on Israel's top of the list of important blessings God gives us until you actually see what a city being ransacked looks like.
Exactly.
Until you see somebody run up in your house and steal everything and have you and all your family and your daughters hogtied. Then you realize, damn, I appreciate
protection
not getting hogtied, and I appreciate protection. Because I don't get reports about Israel that serves the Most High having to deal with situations like that. But read that verse again.
Come. It says, the Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
He's saying if the nations want to come against you, you will see with your own eyes the Most High come through for you. That is a blessing. But I don't hear people even think about, damn, the Most High has been blessing me because I haven't had any violence happen to me. My children and my family are protected. Harm doesn't happen to them. I am truly a blessed person. We don't look at things this way. It's right clearly here in Deuteronomy 28 what blessings look like, what we should be looking for to determine if we're blessed. Because people say, I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
Right? But what does blessed and highly favored really look like? Just read Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 through 14, and you'll know what being blessed and highly favored really looks like.
No, I was going to say, in South America, we take it for granted. Like, when people are talking about South America or the inhabitants, the people that live there, They always say you got to have the rat phone. You got to have a rat phone on you. When you come down,
A rat phone?
The rat phone is for the rats or for the robbers. Okay. Because you're gonna get robbed. So you're gonna get robbed more than likely. So you got to have the rat phone that you don't mind losing, and you keep the real phone in your pocket. Because your pocket. That's not just in Mexico. That's in
Brazil too.
Or it's even worse. It gets worse as you get further and further down south. Mexico's not even that bad in comparison.
Yeah.
But you got to have an altar or another
A throwaway
phone, another wallet that you don't really care, but I don't have any important things because they're gonna probably get you. That's a level of protection.
And also, don't bring gold and jewelry and flashy stuff out there.
No, yeah,
You'd be a fool to do that.
You don't want to do that either. And don't pull too much money out of the bank either.
Exactly.
So you pull too much money out of the bank, they're gonna let the boys know.
Why? Because they're desperate.
Yeah.
Because they actually suffer. We're so spoiled out here. We don't know what suffering looks like.
I didn't get the time.
We don't know what poverty looks like. You don't have a clue what poverty looks like. At least Jake in poverty gets Section 8 housing.
Sheet houses with real poverty. Sheet houses, no AC.
Listen, I have seen homes where it's just those. You ever see those flimsy steel metal?
Yeah.
It's like the metal's like this, and the curvy steel.
Yeah.
And you can do this. It makes that real crazy sound.
Like I storage at the school.
Yes,
It's just made of just full sheet metal.
and people sit back here, and their homes couldn't be more than this room. I'm not talking about the back area, just the front,
Yeah.
and it's stuck on a downhill slope during the rainy season. And if the rain and wind hit it hard, you're gonna lose your roof. Your ground is dirt. You got a muddy ass floor as your bed, where your bed is at. That's life. We don't know what poverty is. We're sitting back here and comparing our poverty to the nations in America and to Jake, whose mind ain't given to serving the Most High. And we're classifying blessings based off that. When the Most High has kept up his end of the bargain. The only person that don't keep his end of the bargain up is us. He told us, if you serve me, you won't have enemies come against you. Your daughters can grow up safe and untouched and unharmed. You can grow up with your children and have enough family to sustain your family's needs. And the Most High's needs, and the poor's needs. Let's keep going to Deuteronomy 28.
Come. Verse 8. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses.
Because you know why? Why was he saying the storehouses were so important? Because people were living and dying off of their harvest. So you had to have enough in your harvest to last and put in your storehouse to last for the what? For the whole year. It had to last until the next harvest kicked in. Hard. See, people would always say storehouses about all the extra food. All the extra. No. He gave you enough year to year. They always talk about it in sports, how the multi-year contracts like destroyed sports. Back in the day, you get a 1-year contract, bro. In all sports. If you played crappy, guess what? You out of there. What did that ensure?
Production.
You was going to play hard every year. You ever see sports now? Israelites and our people play hard for that contract year. You ever know a contract year? People are playing crazy. Then after the contract year, they play that crap again. That happens to a lot of people. What am I saying? The Most High understands if Israel ain't playing for a contract year, they ain't going to be on point. So the Most High is sitting back here year to year, giving you what you need for the next year. And then the next year, he's looking at how you carry yourself. And you're getting your blessings, and you can put your stuff in your storehouses to sustain you through the next year. You ever see those what do you call those apothecary Amish guys?
Yeah.
And they sit back here
Yeah,
and they've
smoke meat.
mastered techniques about how to take vegetables and fruits and store them for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
Without being refrigerated. This is what our people understood. The ancient world understood that. To sustain, save. And fermentation to sustain and live throughout the year until the next harvest comes. That's what the storehouses were for. Let's keep going.
Come. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses. and in all that thou settest thy hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself.
So what is he saying? The blessing is you're going to be holy. Your children will be taken care of. You'll have enough to eat and sustain yourself. And your children will learn and you'll be free from wars. That was the blessing. But we've been reading all in Ezekiel 16. We were insatiable. What does that mean? Having the ability to raise our family and to protect them, and for the nation to be protected, and for the nation to be a holy and a respected, honorable nation in the world, that wasn't enough for us. We wanted more. We wanted comfort. We wanted life to be a little easier. And we want to work smarter, not harder. He didn't say, listen, Most High said, hate not laborious work, which the Lord what? The Most High ordained laborious work, and the laborious work was supposed to get us enough to sustain ourselves day to day. But that notion isn't comfortable. It doesn't give us security. And because it doesn't secure us, which is why we are insatiable. We want enough to where we don't got to stress anymore. Am I right or wrong? We want enough blessings. We want good things to happen in our life. We want enough good things and blessings so that we don't got to stress and think about work anymore. Am I right or wrong?
Yep.
That's what Esau teaches. And that's what we try to pattern ourselves with. Let me work hard enough, do some boom boom booms and some whap whap waps, get some get rich quick scenarios, so I don't have to sit back here and be in the what race?
The rat race.
Israel is always running from the rat race. But the Most High said the rat race keeps you humble. The rat race keeps you praying. The rat race keeps you conscious of the Most High. And we hate that. So we're insatiable and try to get more so we don't have to rely on the Most High day to day. Let's continue.
Come. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee. If thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy power, and walk in his ways, and all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee.
So this was about protection from the rest of the nations and them stepping away from us. And us serving the Most High guaranteed our safety from the nations. Read on.
Come. Verse 11. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods.
You can see this by America. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the word, the Monroe Doctrine, and the policy that the United States says nobody has the right to come onto our territory, North, Central, and South America, and bring any military, any interest. No interest in Europe, Russia, Africa can come here and touch this area. This is our area. And for many years, nobody came across to the United States, North and Central and South America until now. But that was the blessing that that country had from the Most High. There was no wars, no attacking, no military presence in the United States. This is what the United States brags about now. Nobody's going to sit back and attack this country. That is a blessing to have that. Most High is like, it's a blessing to have nations not want to mess with y'all. And to have your borders safe and your family safe. Read on.
Come. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body.
So he says he's plenteous in the fruit of thy body. Plenteous in children. Why is that important? I'm going to give you the help you need so that you can maintain this work. He's not taking the work away. Don't forget, the work and the labor had to be there as a curse to who? Adam. The curse of the blessing was the fact that I'm going to give you help in this work. The work ain't going nowhere. Sacrifice and hard work and commitment is never leaving you. I'm going to give you help in the process of the curse of living on this earth and having no work. I'm going to give you help, not a break, help, to where the work can be evenly distributed. That's the blessing of the Lord. But we don't think like that. We look for breaks. We look to get out of the curse the Most High gave Adam. We want out of that curse. And that's where we slip up mentally. We don't.
Come. And in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy
He
ground.
just keeps repeating the same blessing he talked about in verse 8. Verse 7 and 7. He's just remixing it. I'm going to give you enough workers to work this damn land that all your sons have the privilege of working 12 to 15 hours a day so that you can sustain yourself. What did Solomon say the blessing of all man is? Remember, he was talking about vanity is vanity, all things is vanity, 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 vain, 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 vain. Then he said, at the end of the day, all you got to sit back and look forward to,
Rejoice not labor.
rejoice in your labor. That's what Solomon said.
Yeah, fruity labor.
Eat, drink, and rejoice in labor.
Eat, drink, and rejoice in your
Get to
labor.
eat, get to drink.
And rejoice in your dedication in the work you put your hands
Under
to.
the sun.
Because you know what he did? He did the other way and did the idolatry.
Didn't work.
And realized it didn't work. He did all of this idolatry and wickedness and all this sexual deviancy to come back and say, man, you were just supposed to work hard and accept the grind. That was the lesson of Ecclesiastes. Did y'all know that? The answer was just be okay with the work that the Most High got you under.
Wax old in thy word.
Con. That was what we were committed to do. And that was the what? The blessing. Read on.
In the land which the Lord
I
sware.
don't think anybody likes those answers though. Just because we don't like it, don't mean it ain't what? Read on.
In the land, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee.
He says the blessing is you're gonna be able to work these crazy hours with your family in the land I promised your fathers. That's the blessing. Read on.
The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, and the heaven give.
What is the Lord's good treasure? Riches, gold, chains, Jordans. Read on.
God. It said the heaven to give the rain unto thy land.
That's the treasure. The treasure is you get the rainwater. So after you sit back and plant them seeds, guess what's gonna happen?
They get to grow.
They get to grow. That's the treasure.
Or
But you know the thing is listen, having rainwater isn't a treasure until there's no rainwater.
how about
Then you
that?
realize, man, I really appreciate the water
I
the
really
Most High
appreciate
gives.
it's a cloud or two.
That's when the famines kick in.
Yeah.
When you get famines, then you
Disease.
appreciate rain.
Disease and sickness and madness
And death.
cannibalism.
Do you see the tone of what this is going? He said the treasure God gave you was rain. So your work isn't in what? That's the point. So he gives you what you need for your work to actually bring about some type of reward. Read on.
The heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season,
Okay.
and to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
So he says, thou shalt lend unto many nations and thou shalt not borrow. Is that on an individual level or a nationalistic level?
It's national.
That's on a national level. As a nation, the nation lends and gains the benefit. Not the individual. That's a national thing. Banking is national, not individual. Y'all hold time. Let me finish this. We're going to go to verse 14. We're going to go to verse 14 before y'all leave. Okay? Read on. So the lending and borrowing was on a national level. Read on.
And to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
You're lending to nations, not lending to different people.
You won't be in debt.
Come. And that's what it means. You're not going to be a perpetual debt slave.
This is what?
The blessing is that you are independent, You work hard for yourself and you don't owe nobody nothing. But you still, so we say you don't owe anybody nothing. At the same time, you have what you need every season, every year. That is the blessing. Read on.
And the Lord shall make thee the head.
The leader spiritually as a nation and the leader economically as a nation. Read on.
And not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath.
This is on a national level. Read on.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord.
Because everybody that understands how a nation's GDP is high, it's based on everybody's working, everybody has a job, everybody has an income, and the country exports more than they what? That's how a nation stays on top. And that's what the Most High is promising us. Read on.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them.
Read verse 14.
And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them.
But the question is this. Why would we want to go to other gods and serve them?
Because we're not getting what we want.
I got a better one for you. We go to other gods because God's blessings isn't what we like. It ain't enough. If you don't get to the core of why Israel sins, you get to the core of why Israel is so damn wicked. It's because God's promises and blessings are unsatisfactory to us.
Well, the other term for
We
this,
want more than what God promised He was going to give us. And then we're sad and we're depressed. Then we start saying the Lord is not equal. The Lord is not fair. Then we become that imperious woman that's complaining and nagging about how come we don't take trips? How come we sit back here and do what the Johnsons do, or do whatever the hell do? We don't travel to Europe. You ain't take me out to do nothing.
we don't do what the Gutenheimers do. We want to.
That's my point. That's why we're sitting back here complaining about all the vacations we don't take. Everything is work. That's how we think. And the Most High is like, you don't value me. And you're going whoring, thinking you can get a better deal somewhere else. After I've equipped you and given you everything you need to be potent for me. Yes, sir.
It's a little point that was kind of relevant to the time. The comment.
But keep going. What?
Yeah. So Israel gets offerings, gets blessings, has community, has a spiritual mindset or a spiritual culture, and we throw the spiritual culture away. We throw away our actual community, and we throw away our households for the pursuit of liberty and the option for more. It's the option of more. We just want the option.
I was going to say, to answer your question, sis, to be proactive about my future and keeping a balanced and healthy relationship with the Most High, that there's a lot of vagueness there. Because everybody's idea of proactive is different, balance is different. Because for some people, having a balanced life is a comfortable life. One person's idea of balance, in the eyes of the Most High, means you just want to be uncomfortable and look for convenient, comfortable, easy life. So I can't say you're wrong, but I can't say you're right either. I would have to get to know you as a person in counsel to determine what your idea of balance is in comparison to what God's idea of balance is.
Everybody has a different concept of balance.
That's why I'm saying everybody's idea of blessing is different.
Like for me,
Everybody's idea of happiness is different.
Like for me, where I'm at in my mind, balance to me is like I got 2 hours to think about my mind. I got 2 hours to think about what I want to think about. That's for me. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
But years ago, I needed 6 hours. I needed
To travel.
I needed 6 hours to just clear my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And as time goes on, the more responsibility you get in life, that little thing that we call balance, it might get shaved down.
And I would say it maybe not be ungrateful. I think it's more of an ignorance because none of us coming to serving the Most High really understand how much work you got to put to the table to actually gain a blessing. So a lot of us come into serving the Most High with great intentions, not understanding that how we look at things has to keep being amended
Yep.
to keep getting closer to the Most High. My idea of what commitment was 20 years ago is way different than what my idea of commitment is now.
Yeah.
Because the funny thing is,
Had to evolve.
when you first start serving the Most High, physical demands are taken from you. You lose time.
Yeah.
Then you realize, after you accept losing time, the greatest thing you got to give up is how you think.
Yeah.
How you process things. How you look at life is what's got to be given up. It's less about time. It's about how you think. So as you evolve in serving the Most High and you really get deeper in this book, you start giving up different things. Time, and it goes to what you think you deserve versus what the Most High expects from you. Do you think, once again, did you think Hosea liked it when God said, you got to go marry a whore, man, and have 3 kids by her? For the nation.
For the nation. Operation Satan.
Where's his balance?
Where's his balance? Do you think he felt that was a balanced judgment on him? Or when Isaiah said, listen, you got to wear your birthday suit for 3 years in Ethiopia. Teaching the Ethiopians.
On your side, eat cakes that are made out of...
That was Ezekiel.
Oh.
No, Isaiah had to walk butt naked for 3 years in Ethiopia teaching the Bible. Where was the balance in that?
That was tough.
Where was the wisdom in that? Was it wisdom? Sure didn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Was it wisdom in sitting back here, or like you said, sitting on your side all day long for a year or two, jacking your body up, eating dung cakes, cattle poop, to represent
It was supposed to be human.
eating?
It was supposed to be human.
Yes.
In the
He
beginning.
said,
How about
Father,
that?
please. He said, Father, please, can I just eat cow poo back? This human stuff is the worst.
Request.
This is the worst. At least I know these cattle are going to just eat rice and eat grass. At least I'm going to eat green poop versus eating whatever the hell you got going on in these streets. Jake.
When we remove the buzz in that.
Listen, I don't want to eat pizza. I don't want to eat this. I don't want to eat pizza. I don't want to eat Domino's tonight.
It's recycled pizza.
I don't want to eat that.
Yeah.
So what am I saying? And from their perspective, was it about being balanced? Because when I hear balance,
Paul being stoned to death,
and having to go back and teach in the same place, that don't seem like balanced. So when you really read the Bible, balanced isn't in the equation.
it's what the Lord wants.
What balance does the Lord want to give? That's the point.
And what lifestyle?
Because am I going to say it's about balance when I got to serve my husband? When he requests me to do something I don't want to do for the Most High? Is it about balance then or servitude? Right?
Exactly.
So,
And
I'm not attacking the word balance, but there's levels to this.
well, I was gonna
There's
say
levels to understanding
a lot of it's pace.
what this is about.
Because a lot of times when we work out, everybody's a champ in the gym until they got to move at somebody else's pace.
Yeah.
Then their body starts breaking down.
Or tackle a different muscle. Because there's certain muscles.
Yeah.
Some guys love bench press.
underdeveloped.
Some guys love bench press.
Bench press Israelites.
So my question is this: do dips.
It's a different ballgame.
I don't feel all great. Do wide grip pull-ups.
Might
See how
get
that
one or
feels.
two.
But you a bench king.
Yeah.
Do wide grip pull-ups. Do squats. If you just some guys don't like doing squats and lunges.
When I'm taking out of my wheelhouse or my place of strength, then I can't really necessarily find the good in things. The Most High is the master of is taking out of your strength,
Okay.
take out of your zone to develop it. But Israel's shame is that the Most High can't develop us and mold us as He wishes without us being complainers.
So once again, we took a detour from the topic to read Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 to 14, to really understand what blessings look like. Did those blessings look like coming up and getting what you want
Shalom,
and satisfying every hope and dream you had in your head? Or did it look like He gave you enough resources to sustain you and your family while being protected from calamities and wars? Y'all can go now. That's time. I know you gotta get out of here. But let that go and go back to Ezekiel chapter
16 and 38.
16 and 38.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 38. And I will judge thee, as women that break wedlock and shed blood are judged. and I will give thee blood and fury and jealousy.
So the Most High is saying, I'm going to give you blood, fury, and jealousy because my idea of blessings makes you want to go run the streets and live your life. So now I'm jealous of because I've given you all this protection, all these blessings, and you still spit in my face. And you're still unappreciative. You still want to find a different way to sustain yourself. We're done.
God. Verse 39. And I will also give thee into their hands, and they shall throw down thine eminent place, and shall break down thy high places. They shall strip thee also of thy clothes, and shall take thy fair jewels, and leave thee naked and bare.
When the Most High says he's going to take away your blessings, he takes away our blessings by having the nations destroy us. This is why we've been broken down to the lowest common denominator and destroyed as a nation. And the nations were used to do it. I never forget, I was reading a book, and the Spanish conquistadores said that the Native Americans, or the so-called Mexicans, people of North, Central, and South, well, the people of Mexico, Central America, and South America deserve to be robbed of all their natural resources and deserve to be put in slavery because they didn't serve God. They literally sat back in the 1400s, said they deserve to lose everything they had because they don't honor God. Were they right? They were. How they treat us, was it bad? Yes, it was. It was evil. But the Most High just said, I'm going to strip you of everything you have. What does that look like? It looks like slavery. It looks like having a life where the only thing you can look forward to is getting drunk after work. That's what that looks like. Because he says, if you're not going to serve me with gladness and joyfulness of heart, then you're going to be a slave again. Like you were in Egypt. Now we understand what this oppression looks like when the Most High puts us through oppressive scenarios. Because when the Most High gives us stability, we don't like that either. It's boring. Thank you. It's boring. There's no fun. Everything's predictable. You're not spicing things up. We want more. The Most High is disgusted at the fact that what he's given us is not enough. Let that go. No, continue. Let's get to verse 42. Yes, sir.
Verse 40. They shall also bring up a company against thee, and they shall stone thee with stones, and thrust thee through with their swords. And they shall burn thine houses with fire, and execute judgments upon thee in the sight of many women. And I will cause thee to cease from playing the harlot.
So the Most High says he brings us down so much, and he takes so much from us, we no longer have anything to what? Offer the rest of the world. To be pride ourselves on, or to offer the world.
Yeah.
We have nothing of value to them now. That's why Esau, or Amalek, is after the European nation. They don't give a damn about us no more. We're small fish. We've already been broken as a nation.
We're just tools.
We're just tools to sit back and break down the European countries.
Yeah.
But this is how the Most High breaks us, because when we had blessings, when we had virtues, we were the harlot and didn't appreciate what the Most High gave us. Didn't appreciate the blessings. Read on.
And thou also shalt give no hire any more. So will I make my fury towards thee to rest, and my jealousy shall depart from thee, and thou wilt be quiet, and will be no more angry.
But the Most High says, in order for me not to be angry, I have to completely break you. And sit back here and turn my back on you. And sit back and reduce you to nothing. Then the anger is settled. So when you read verses like in Isaiah, comfort ye, because my warfare is accomplished, or your warfare is accomplished. Yeah. The warfare is accomplished after he completely breaks us, and we're just reduced all the way to slavery. Because that's what it takes for us to be humble and start listening again. He has to reduce us and break us down to the lowest common denominator. Let that verse go and jump to Hosea chapter 2, verse 7 through 12. Hosea 2, verse 7 through 12.
Hosea chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. And she shall seek them, but she shall not find them."
He's explaining that we keep trying to pursue these lovers, but the Most High is not going to let us get what we're looking for. Read on.
It says, "Then shall she say."
But listen, we read about how the Most High reduces us to nothing, right? We try to look for these lovers. It doesn't work out. He breaks us down to the lowest common denominator. And then all of a sudden, check out what we do. Read on.
"Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband."
Isn't that the Jew act? He breaks us down completely. We do all this wickedness. Then we're back in the church act. Want to serve the Most High. Want to give ourselves back to the Most High Heavenly Father. This is our thinking. This is how we carry ourselves. We take it. It breaks us down. Then all of a sudden we want to change and serve the Most High again. Read on.
"For then was it better with me than now."
God. So this is the point. He breaks us down so low to then we appreciate what the Most High gave us.
Oh, I'll take the deal.
Yeah.
I'll take the not being a debt slave. First.
After we've been exploited and destroyed and used up.
I want my kids back now.
Yes. I want the blessing. I'm ready for the blessings now.
Yeah.
This is how we think. We come to be an
I'm
English.
happy
I
for
want the
some
blessing. I want the good.
I'll take some rain because actually I didn't really have anything. I had genetically modified everything.
God.
Everything was organic, and now I can't even afford organic. So I'll take anything that's not genetically modified. I'll take it.
I hope we can see how he's broken us down to the point where we have nothing. So now serving the Most High is actually a come up.
Yeah.
Until, guess what the funny thing is? We'll say that until we get brought back up again.
You watch that?
And then all of a sudden you get what you wanted again, or you get blessings again, and then that's not enough again. And that's the cycle. That's the cycle.
That's crazy.
And you'll break it down to nothing again. Then when you work yourself back up to stability, then you destroy your stability again because you want more. What's that? But let's keep going.
Verse 8, it says, "For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil."
We forget that the Most High supplied us with everything we needed. Read on.
The corn, listen, corn's not a light thing, bro.
Well, we think it is.
It's not a light thing, bro. The 9.5 tribes, brother, they had corn ceremonies. This without the Most High. They were having corn ceremonies and praying to gods for corn. Because if you didn't have corn,
your life was over.
You're done.
Yep. But we don't look at things that way. We don't cherish and value just being sustained. We're spoiled rotten here in the States. And this country, this place, is the root of all insatiable spirits. What the Most High said, Babylon is the cage of every hateful
bird
and foul bird. It's just every filthy spirit is nurtured here.
Every lust.
Every lust.
It's exaggerated here.
So read on. And when it does, it breaks what real humility looks like. Because everything is so accessible and easy to get.
Nothing losing a choice.
Got it.
Because the funny thing is, what's easy to get is like you think you got money, but you don't have money. You think you have power, but you don't have power. You think you made it in your realm of society, but you really haven't made like you thought you did.
I know.
It's all an elaborate psyop illusion.
I know. So let's keep going.
"And multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal."
He says, everything I gave you, you sat back and used it so you could be exploited to the rest of the world. Read on.
"Therefore will I return and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her name.
Most High is like that husband that sits back, takes all the rings back out,
Oh, yeah.
all the dresses
No
back
more
out.
shopping sprees. No more VIPs.
Listen, that's how the
No
Most High
more
is.
dough.
I'm going. Listen, don't
You can't
even
kick it
listen.
no more.
All that stuff about you leaving it here. You going back how you was in the past.
Leave the mink coat at the door.
Yep. The rings, the jewelry,
Yeah.
all of it. That's how the Most High is with us.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
Verse 10. And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lover,
Mm-hmm.
and none shall deliver her out of my
And then
hand.
your lovers are going to turn on you and destroy you after I take everything from you. Read on. And this is how the Most High shames us after we shame him. Read on.
I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts.
You know what this verse proves? You can follow the law and still be an adulterer. You can follow all the feasts, all the gatherings, and your heart isn't tethered to the Most High. You can follow all the laws, and you're still not happy with what the Most High has given you. You can follow all the laws and still be insatiable and not be satisfied with what the Most High has given us.
Yeah, you got the moves, though.
But you do all the
Forget
moons,
that moon.
you do all the moons, all the Sabbaths, and still your heart's not there. So this is why the Most High says, I hate and despise your what?
It's your feast days.
And this is why even Paul said, don't get caught dealing with I gotta get it real quick. He says that's why Paul said don't get judged by not following the new moon
Let no man judge you.
or Sabbath. What's that? There it goes. It's Colossians 2:16. It says, let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of an holiday or of the new moon or of the Sabbath days.
No.
Why is that the judge of your character when how you think and what's inside of you should be the judge of your character?
Because attendance is easy.
Because Israel would sit back and argue about a Sabbath or a fringe and not make it about changing what's inside of them. He's working on the ancillary outside things is not what it takes to get connected to the Heavenly Father. And that's what Israel don't see. Continue in verse 12.
It says, and I will destroy her vines and her fig trees, whereof she had said, these are my rewards that my lovers have given me.
Wow.
And I will make them a forest, and the beasts of the field shall eat
He
them.
said, everything you've taken, every little gift you've taken from your awards and your gifts you've gotten from living your life in the world, I'm gonna destroy those things. So you're not even gonna be able to sit back here and hang your head on those things. He's telling you, if we don't make our commitment about pleasing Heavenly Father and making Him the priority, He's gonna blow on everything else in our life. I'm gonna cut it short today. Are there any questions? Because the next part is a whole other phase. And I'm gonna let it go. It just be a lost tape or something. With that, is there any questions online? Any questions in the classroom? A second or two. Israel after water for tuning in, y'all. I will see y'all. Well, not me, but Shams will be teaching on Wednesday. See y'all soon. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.